greatest of all time. You need to put them away every single time.
This is awesome.
Y'all better quit playing with God.
Have I been wrong yet?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ricky J. Welcome to another video. And I just gotta say, man, I'm pretty pumped up for Saturday night. Conor McGregor going up against Dustin the Diamond Poirier for the third time. And in my opinion, the winner of this fight is going to get a crack at that lightweight title. Man, I'm really excited. But if Conor loses, he is going to fight one out of these two guys that I'm going to mention in this video, or he may actually hang it up and retire. And you're probably thinking, McGregor's only 32. Well, he's going to be 33 on July the 14th, I believe. He's going to be 33. And if he loses again to Dustin, I just feel like that path to UFC title glory is just going to be way too long for McGregor. But you guys know the UFC. They may give him that quick little pass or that warp ticket to the lightweight title if he wins his next fight. But I just feel like if he loses again, that would be, holy smokes, he lost to Khabib in 2018, won that fight against Cerrone, but then losing twice to Dustin. I feel like that may just kind of, you know, I don't know about convince, but may just give Conor that seed of doubt and he may just retire. But if he doesn't retire, I feel like he's going to fight Nick Diaz. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do a quick simulation fight, and I feel like that would be a fantastic comeback fight for Nick. It'll be a great fight for Conor, and I feel like it'll make the UFC a lot of money, so it's a win-win. I would be excited for it. I don't know, man, would you? So let's do a quick little simulation and see how this goes down, and then I'm gonna tell you guys who his second opponent may be. Are you guys ready, man? This is gonna be hilarious. We're gonna bypass through and get right to the fight. And for all you guys that have been following me for a while, you're like, how come you're not busting out the Nick Diaz impression? Well, you know why? Because I told Ricky, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he's gonna continue kind of mocking me, you know what I'm saying, on a public forum, which is the internet, you know, I'm gonna come after him. I know where he lives. And, you know, since the borders are opening in Canada, you know, I told him I'm going to come over there and give him some body shots, you know what I'm saying? But Conor McGregor, you know, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's been a gimmick, you know, since he came in, and I'll hand it to him, and then I'll go after and convince George to come back and beat him up as well. Oh, look at this. What a start for the AI Conor McGregor. But I just feel, first of all, let me know in the comments, man. Do you think that would be a great fight if Conor McGregor loses, for him to, you know, face Nick at 170? That would be crazy. I think, you know, out of all the fights that are, or that could happen in the UFC, I feel like this is the one fight that would get me just so excited. I don't know, man. But if you're wondering who I think's gonna win, if these two had to throw it down, I feel like Nick would take it, just because, you know, for sure Nick's gonna want to sign for a 5-round fight, and I feel like his cardio and his ability to throw his punches, not at full power, but using quantity, obviously quality. Oh, what a kick. But in the simulation, we're seeing McGregor do his damage. But I just feel like Nick's ability to just keep that high pace and throw punches effortlessly is amazing. And also his ability to avoid punches, to avoid those big shots and keep on pushing forward. He has a fantastic chin. But this game, EA Sports UFC 4, is not showing that his chin is amazing. You know what's funny about this game? In UFC 3, Nick Diaz was the best welterweight to use in the game, in my opinion. And a lot of guys can attest to that or agree with me upon that. But in this game, they really put his numbers so down. I think he's like a 3.5. Could be wrong, but how can a guy go from being the best welterweight in this game to being one of the worst welterweights in this game, which is kind of sad. But yeah, I feel like Nick, you know, even if the fight goes to the mat, you know, McGregor's not going to want to take the fight to the mat. Nick has fantastic jiu-jitsu. I always remember Nick Diaz, man, going into Pride against the Fireball Kid, Takanori Gomi. You guys remember that? And Gomi back then, he was untouchable. And Diaz not liking the rules inside the UFC octagon. Went to Pride. He likes the rules better. Oh my gosh. And he won by via Gogo Plata, I believe. And then you know what was crazy? You didn't know. Oh my gosh, he's getting toyed here. Maybe McGregor's going to win. But if you didn't know, it was overturned because Diaz tested positive for marijuana, which is crazy. And you know, how does marijuana help him win that fight? Which is ridiculous. He should get that W back, but it is what it is. One of the most famous MMA lines. But do you believe that McGregor would take Nick Diaz in the fight? I just feel like McGregor, and this may actually be in his head, I feel like he doesn't have confidence in his cardio game. And, you know, I felt like you kind of saw that when he fought Dustin the second time. And you may just see that on Saturday when they fight the third time, just because he's going to be worrying about that. And when he faces, if he does face Nick, he may be worrying about that cardio as well. And that's like the worst thing. And I remember BJ Penn kind of showcased that, where the cardio game was kind of letting him down, and then you saw that in his fights where he wasn't throwing like he used to. It was almost like him overdoing things was making him gun shy, you know what I mean? And it was affecting his game. And I feel like with McGregor, you know, his cardio has let him down, and I feel like that's part of the reason we're seeing a decline when it comes to McGregor. But oh, look at that wild head kick. And McGregor's got to, against Dustin, he's got to throw more kicks, man. He's got to stop with that boxing kind of stance. He has to have that wide kind of karate stance, you know, that we're used to seeing. You know what I mean? Like, why did he, that Dustin fight? Oh, what a slip. Down goes Nick. But in that Dustin fight, it was so odd just seeing him coming out like a boxer. Hopefully we'll see more kicks. But again, with the kicks, could that be, you know, he wasn't throwing kicks because he was afraid of gassing himself out. Could that be a factor? Let me know in the comments. Now, if he doesn't face Nick Diaz, I think it's only right, and you know where I'm going right here, that he faces Nate Diaz. I feel like it would be the perfect time for the trilogy fight, just because both guys are coming off losses, and I think it would be a win-win situation for everybody, for Conor, for the UFC, and for Stockton's Nate Diaz. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, this guy's kind of taking my money, you know what I'm saying? I won the first fight. You know, I just got to get it to the ground, you know what I'm saying? And I won the second fight too, but the UFC wanted this third fight, you know what I mean? But I'm going to make it no doubt that he's not going to come back for another fight in the UFC. He's going to go out. He's going to go fight Jake Paul, but I think that's a good fight, you know what I'm saying? Because he's going to make a lot of money. And that's it. But yeah, I think this is going to be the perfect time for these guys to fight. And if he loses, if he loses to Nick or Nate, do you think Jake Paul is in the running for Conor McGregor? And you know, it was crazy as we get this simulation fight underway. Let's see, McGregor is making me eat my words in this AI simulation matchups. But what's his name? Jake Paul. I think he offered McGregor like $50 million to fight. And how can you turn down money? I always say, you know, money can make you do the craziest things, or money is the root of all evil. And if he keeps on throwing money at McGregor, you know he's going to do it. And in my opinion, I don't know, man. I feel like the size would be a factor for Conor McGregor against Jake Paul in the boxing ring. They should do it in the UFC. Wouldn't that be amazing? But for this trilogy fight, you know, I just feel like, and I'm not hating on Conor McGregor. I really love Conor McGregor, but I feel like in the Nate fight, again, the cardio is going to be the ultimate downfall for McGregor. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, just for the record, I'm not hating on McGregor. I just feel like, just looking at the stats, you know, I feel like his matchups against the Diaz brothers is no good, man, just because that lack of stamina. And they know that, you know, they don't have to worry about takedowns with Conor. So they just have to worry about the stand-up game. And I feel like that's easy to plan for if you're a Diaz brother. But right here, we're seeing this AI McGregor doing a nice job just managing his stamina. Holy cow. But as far as the fight on Saturday night, you know, I said this before, man. I like both guys. I like Dustin and I like Conor. But I'm going to have to say that Dustin's going to win. And McGregor is going to end up doing the fights against one of the Diaz brothers, or may even retire, which would be quite sad. But he had an epic run. He's a legend. Nobody can take away the fact that he was the first simultaneous champion. He was a champion in 2 weight classes at the same time. The first to ever do that. Just crazy. That was nuts, man. Back in, what, 2014, 2015, 2016, those McGregor fights were just epic. Gearing up for a McGregor fight. You know, in my household, people didn't want to come over for a regular UFC event, but if it was McGregor, oh, he did the Rolling Thunder. I didn't know he had that in his arsenal. But what was I saying? Every time there was a McGregor fight, everybody would be calling me up. Hey, Rick, you having a party? Let me come by and watch the fight. It was just so amazing watching McGregor pay-per-view, and even the lead-up to his fights were amazing. But in this Nate Diaz-McGregor 3 potential matchup, yeah, I see Nate just doing a great job withstanding the storm for the first round and a half, or the first 2 rounds, and then coming back and winning the fight, just gassing out McGregor and ultimately getting the dub. But yeah, let me know in the comments who you think's gonna win against Nick and obviously Nate. But those Diaz fights, in my opinion, and I got some hardcore McGregor fans that are my close buddies in person. Yeah, I have friends, can you believe it? But I just felt like him facing the Diaz brothers, or sorry, not the Diaz brothers, excuse me, him facing Nate was a bad decision for Conor in his career. Let me know if you agree with that. I just felt like it wasn't necessary for him to fight him. And I know people would say that he couldn't make the featherweight limit, but I feel like him facing Nate, especially at 170, was not a good call for Conor, because Conor's not even a big guy. You know what I mean? 155 should be his limit. But I felt like those 2 fights kind of took a lot out of him. Let me know if you agree with that. It really took I don't know. You know how some people say, like, you take a lot of damage in a fight, it could you could lose years on your career. And I felt like it kind of took the wind out of McGregor's sails internally. Let me know if you agree with that. But they were so much fun to watch. But what we're seeing here in this matchup, and I didn't want to make it 5 rounds just because, you know what, I didn't want to make this video too long. But what we're seeing here is we're seeing a very conservative approach. Oh, nice by both guys. And look at that, as I say it, McGregor opens up with a fantastic combo. Does a nice little Superman punch. And he was chopping down on that leg, but his ability to slip here has been amazing for McGregor. But this AI McGregor is so smart. Look at him. Just picking his spots and, you know, not taking any chances. And Nate kind of throwing that jab out there. Yeah, man, that's how we do it. Just throwing that jab out there, but not really landing much. And he's kind of gassing himself out here by missing. But the thing that's crazy about Nate, and you saw it in his last fight against Leon Edwards, is, you know, he could be getting bruised. He could be getting beaten up. And he always, you know, has that window of victory available for him. But you know what was crazy? When he stunned Edwards and really rocked him, he was pointing at him. And was he tired trying to, you know, get his win back, or was he just kind of showboating? But I felt like if he didn't do all that nonsense and just kind of charged at Leon, he would have gotten the W. Let me know if you agree with that. But that was exciting. That was one of the most exciting finishes to a fight in a while. Oh, look at that. I couldn't get the takedown. Nate never had the best takedowns, and he's rocked right here. This is a very determined Conor McGregor. And against Dustin, we're going to see, hopefully, I'm thinking, a determined Conor McGregor. He needs to be that Conor with an edge, because I felt like, we're going to date this back, but when Dustin faced Conor. It was the Dustin Conor 1. When was that? Holy smokes, that was a long time ago. Man, that was in 2014, September 27th. You know, McGregor used a lot of psychological warfare, and Dustin admitted to it that it kind of caught him off guard. And then in the second fight, holy cow, in 2021, it was like nice guy Conor, and I felt like that was, and I said it before, go back and check one of my videos, I felt like that was helping Dustin. But look at this. Oh, McGregor, look at him get that stamina boost, the adrenaline kicking in here. But I felt like Conor being nice guy Conor, it helped out Dustin, and it's going to be very interesting to see what kind of Conor we see on the weekend. Are we going to see a Conor McGregor that's going to get in his face? I know he left a funny little voice message. Oh, nice kick to Dustin, but is he going to be that ruthless Conor McGregor, that guy that really kind of gets you thinking, gets you angry, gets you fighting out of your element? I'm hoping we see that. Or is that Conor McGregor beyond us, man? Is that Conor McGregor no longer existing? Who knows? Oh, but look at this uppercut. If you're a McGregor fan, is he going to finish it? Oh, good job. Oh, he's posturing up. But yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, but this AI is really making me eat my words, but... Oh, but you got to be careful. Oh, no. Bringing back memories of their first fight. Oh, do you guys remember that? McGregor was so exhausted, and then he went for a sloppy takedown and ended up falling into a submission, which was crazy. But I felt like McGregor just didn't have anything left. The craziness. You know, it's also nuts, and I'm just like jumping from one topic to the next, but some people like that. But the whole fight card is amazing. It really is. They have just so many fights for you to get excited over, and I feel like it's bringing back the memories of the old school UFC, you know, from 2000, I would say 2008 and earlier, when the fights, the events were really stacked because they didn't have events as often. Oh, look at the mount by Diaz. And there's some fights that I'm really excited for. One fight, holy cow, Michel Pereira against Nico Price. I'm excited for that. Michel Pereira is one of my favorite UFC fighters, just because he's the guy that does all the crazy backflips and all that, all the crazy antics, and I feel like it's so fun to watch him fight. But you know, you got that fight, Burns versus Thompson. You got this fight, Sean O'Malley's fighting, Carlos Condit's fighting. Holy cow, it's gonna be great. But right here, we may be going to a decision, which just shows you the heart, even in the video game, that Nate has, just going to be there right to the bitter end. But he's got to be careful here. Oh no, he just got KO'd right there by Conor. And look at that, in both simulation fights, Conor gets the W. But my opinion, yeah, just to kind of recap everything, if he does lose, he's either going to retire or face one of the Diaz brothers in an epic money fight for sure. And if he loses against one of them, Jake Paul may be kind of in the hole or on deck, whatever you want to call it, for his next fight after that. But I don't know if he'll take it, just because if he does lose, he'll have to eat his words for the rest of his life. Which, do you take the money and take that chance, or do you just protect your pride and not take the fight? But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this video. Let me know your thoughts on the fight between Dustin and Conor 3, and what would be next for McGregor. But also, what would be next for Dustin? If he wins, Dustin will get a title shot, but if he loses, he'll still be in the mix. I don't think Dustin is ready to retire yet. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and for listening to me. Have a great day. This is Ricky J, man. Love ya. I'm out of here. Peace.
Are you intoxicated or something?